morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time you're watching this. I'm Didi and thank you for joining me for this Flosstube. Today is September 18th. It is a lovely Saturday here and it's been 2 weeks. 2 very busy weeks. For those of you who do not know, I'm a GP in training in the Netherlands and I am in my first year. I've been a doctor for 9 years so far and now I am in training to become a GP, which is a pretty big thing in the Netherlands. And halfway through your first year you need to run the practice you're in for an entire week by yourself, and that was last week. It went well. It went definitely well. I had a great time. I enjoyed myself, but it did tire me out a bit. I had a emergency shift on Sunday, so I worked 6 days in a row, and the further I got into the week, the more tired I was and the more counting mistakes I started to make. But it was a lovely week. I did well. I got lots of compliments from my colleagues and from the guy that normally runs the practice. So yeah, it was fun. I managed to do it, and today I'm going to do nothing but stitch. Oh, and laundry, because I don't have any clothes left. I live by myself. I work full time, and the one thing that I always seem to forget is my laundry. And luckily I have more than enough clothes to manage for 3 weeks, I believe. Yeah, 3 weeks I can manage, but then I really need to do the laundry, and today is the day, so I'll do the laundry because yeah, old shirts. Oh well, but you're here to talk about stitching, so let's dive into that. And let me get my note because my mind is completely fogged. Not F-U-C-K'd, but fogged. Sorry, not Englishing well today. First thing I want to talk to you about are these 2 lovely books. This one is my new planner for 2022, but it starts in September, so I'm already using it. It's a lovely big book, marble effect on the front, and it is like this. So very pretty, very nice. I can write lots of stuff down, and I write down all my projects I'm working on, worked on, finished, started, whatever. And in the back, and this is totally by chance that I opened it on the right page, I'm doing Stitch from Stash, so I'm keeping track of my purchases and my finishes and the credits that come with it. So this is the September page, so we'll talk about that in a sec. So finishes, I have 3 in the last 2 months, 2 weeks, sorry, not months, 3 in the last 2 weeks, and all my whips are in this book. So it's a very simple book, but I'm jazzing it up with washi tape. So each time I start a new project, it gets written in, and these 2, I believe, yes, both of these are finished, so the finish dates are there. So yeah, lots of fun working on that, but there's everything in it, so you'll be seeing this one quite a lot. The first finish I had is this lovely teacup. I'll still need to fully finish it into a bookmark, which I'm definitely gonna do, but it looks very cute. It was one of the freebie patterns kits that comes with the cross stitcher magazine. So look at the glare, but there it is, and it looks very cute. So I've got both things done, so that's good. Love it, nice. These things I stitch by hand, the rest go into hoops or Q-snaps. It doesn't matter. Then I have a start and finish. This is a very cute unicorn. I'm calling it my snarly unicorn because look at that face. It looks kind of evilish. Kind of, you know, that way. And this is actually my entry for Seasons of Smalls, hosted by Mislaid Pages on Instagram and YouTube. Go check out her Flosstube. She has lots of lovely patterns. But yeah, and I actually ironed it for you guys. I'm so proud of myself. So it's a small. It's I believe it is 60 by something. I just came in under 60 square for this one, so it's only a €5 credit. Oh well, oh well. And then this morning I finished another project, also a salve. Like I said, I buy the cross stitcher magazines, and this is a Christmas bookmark designed by Jessie Savage, and it was in the November 2020 edition. Let's get Santa kind of straight that way. So yeah, it's very cute. It was a quick stitch, and I did it on a scrap of banding I had left. When I started, I bought lots of scrap fabrics and stuff, and it's very open, so you can see through. But I'm gonna put it on some fabric and make it into a band. That's the plan, at least. But it looks cute, and it's another finish. And in total, these two weeks, I got a €16 credit for my finishes. So that was good. That was good. So let's see. That one needs to go. Last time I spoke about my mystery flosses and my next new start, which hasn't been finished yet, is also mystery floss. So 2 greens. I have no idea what number they are, but they came in these cards, and I started using them. And this is a Sissy Bells Christmas bell, and it's designed by Giulia Antici, and it was in the 2020 Christmas Ornaments magazine. And this is what's gonna look like, and as you can see, it's charted in blue, and I changed it to greens. And like I said, I was tired, so when I started this, I actually put some banding, another piece of scrap banding, on my Q-snap, and I said, well, I'm gonna start at the edge, so I'll have lots left. Well, this is actually the part which has most of the fabric left, so I'll have a piece here, not very big. But I made some good progress. You can see the first bird's tail over there, and I'm really liking it. It has a lot of black work in it as well, and I love black work. So I hope to get this finished in the next 2 weeks, but we'll see. So that one can go. This one needs to stay because I need to talk about that in a bit. Yes, very organized today, very organized. Then my whips, and for those of you who do not know, I use a wheel to pick my whips, and normally I spin it the day that I'm stitching, and now I decided, well, I'm picking up one project on Monday and then again on Thursday, and if I'm unlucky, again on Sunday, but you'll need to pick it up, put it back, keep going. So now for the upcoming 2 weeks I already spun, so we can talk about plans in a more sensible kind of way. But yeah, plans. That will become after whips. So the first whip I worked on is this lovely Christmas owls pattern by Madame Giutili. I love it. I'm stitching it on 28 count platinum by Zweigart, and since the last time I showed it, let's put it like this and up and see if I can point. No, I stitched this entire band, these snowflakes over here, and then I started working on the bird's house. So I've got one entire page done, the top part is done. Now I'm working down and I still have a good part left of fabric, so I'll have more than enough to do another project on this piece of fabric. And I'm loving this project. It is so cute. I love owls. I love owls. So yeah, this is done in DMCs, and I just love working on this project. It has a lot of color blocking, so you can get a lot done in a pretty short time. I haven't counted these stitches. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It just depends. But yeah, Madame Giutili Christmas Owls. I believe it was one of her last year releases. It's so cute. Then I worked 2 days on my hot chocolate mouse. I'm calling him Gus. Let's see, this is what he'll, without everything dropping from the kids, what he'll look like. So he's a very cute mouse, kind of chubby, on the mug of hot cocoa. And because he was kind of chubby, he reminded me of Gus from Cinderella. And I'm almost done with the top half, the first page. I started working on his butt here. Last time I showed it, I had just some of the cane done. I had some of his body done. Now I finished his entire head. I started working on the whiffs of steam coming from his mug, and there's a whole lot of backstitching in it. But he's coming along nicely, and I think he's very cute. Look, and all this will be defined and looking pretty, and yeah, all the smoke's done in half stitches and the rest is just full crosses. But he's very, very heavy on the backstitch. 14 count Ada that came in the kit. Then I worked on half a day after I had a finish. Well, half a night is a better way to put it. I finished the unicorn, and then the next project I got, I need to turn it around side up, which is like this. This is the Historische Stickmuster Christmas sale, last year's. No, it's not the right side up. I'll need to turn it that way. Sorry, orientation and stuff. I love this project. I worked on the pink over here. This is the outer edge, so I need to go 4 blocks down and then 3, so there need to be 4 more over there, and I need to do some more there. Oh, and it looks so good in the camera. I love it. I love these darker, this one, these darker ones with the stars. And this is also on a mystery fabric I got from someone's stash of Marktplaats, which is the Dutch site to get all things secondhand. I ironed it for the first time and looked at it like this, and it's, I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. So yeah, like I said, I spin the wheel. I do have a lot of whips by now because all my new starts, they're on my whip wheel. There is stitch what you want, start a kitted up pattern, or start a new kit. So yeah, I'm going through quite some projects in my wheel. This is one of the examples of me not counting so well. I'm working on mouse with dandelion. It's a very small project. It's done on 20 count, 18 count Ada. And this is how far I've gotten, and there's a lot of white stitches over here you can barely pick up. I've done the dandelion. I did do a lot of back stitches over there, and then I started working on his head, and this entire section is one stitch too far to the right, so that's why I was so tired I couldn't count to 4 anymore, so it went horrible. And at that time I was tired, I was done, and I said to myself, I'm gonna quit and I'm gonna rethink whether or not I'm gonna rip out all of this and redo it, or I'm just gonna fudge it. Knowing myself, I'm just gonna fudge it, because I also fudged the head for the hot chalk mouse, which was because I made a mistake very early on in the pattern. I'm pretty good at fudging stuff, she said very proudly. No, sometimes counting is just hard. You know, counting is hard. Oh well. Then I worked on my Stitchonomy winter sale, which is on a 16 count Riviera, Aqua Riviera from Perman. It's an Ada, and it looks gorgeous. I may have taken a bit much border, because it's just this wide, but this is easy to put in my Q-snap, and I still have lots left. I use bobbins to fold over the fabric when it's a bit stiffer. So yeah, I finished this, almost finished this row of the reindeer, and some of the blues. This is actually the called for fabric with the called for DMCs. So some of the blues kind of blend in on camera, but I do love the feel it gets. And it's gonna be approximately this long. So I do have some ways to go, but I love stitching on it. It's very easy to stitch, and I love these colors. So yeah, this will be a fun one to pick up again sometime soon. Then I worked on my oldest whip for 2 days, which is my home for Christmas sale. It is a design by Fuzzy Fox Design on Etsy, and I started it on a 15 count Renaissance by Hard Stitch Designs on Etsy, and it's getting a bit dark, but it's a light pink and blue mottled fabric. And I'm gonna see if I could get the pinks to show. Kinda. You can see it a bit better over on this edge. So what did I do? Well, last time you saw it, I worked on the Christmas bell. The Christmas bell, I just had some outlines done. It's finished now. Then another instance of counting is hard. This entire block is one stitch too far up. I'm not gonna get in trouble with this house, the star house, so I'm okay with it. So yeah, in 2 days I finished this up. I filled it in, did the bows and the greenery, and then I started the bands over here, and this is gonna be a Christmas gift. And I'm pointing the wrong way constantly, which is hard. It's hard, guys, it's hard, but it's pretty. I'm gonna be so happy when it's done. I need to redo some of the beading because my beads keep popping off. But yeah, it is what it is. It's gonna be a $28 credit for Stitch from Stash when it's done, so I'm really hoping to get it finished because I'm so far in the red. Yeah. I think I'm over 100 euros in the red. I need to get October, November, December, so I still get 3 credits coming, monthly credits budgets, and then I need to get some finishes because I'll still need to I want to start the Suit Idee Christmas Advent this year, and I need to buy the floss and the pattern, which is gonna come up to around 38 euros. For those of you who do not know, DMC in the Netherlands is pretty pricey, as in I bought 20 skeins of DMC. Yes, there were 2 Coloris and 1 light effects in that set, and I even got a discount, but I paid 30 euros just for 20 skeins of DMC. So yeah, DMC is pretty pricey, but with shipping from it internationally, it's still more expensive to order it elsewhere. So I'm just gonna keep buying it, but somehow I always seem to find colors I do not own, which is pretty amazing since I've got like 4 boxes filled with DMC. But oh well, oh well. So yeah, my oldest whip, and it's gonna be a finish this year. Love it. Then I've got the pattern that I keep in my lovely Dobby Books Art Liberty sleeve. The pattern isn't, the project isn't in here, but well, the flosses are. So I always put my DMC on bobbins, and I put the bobbins on a ring. And these are the ones I still need to bobbinate. So quite a lot to do. This is the 10th year anniversary sampler for Suit Idee, which is a Dutch needlework store, and it is stitched on 32 count light mocha, and I got quite a lot done. Last time you saw it, so this is the halfway point, so it's gonna be big. Last time you saw it, I just finished those 2 flowers. So I did the entire border across, and this is to where the part that I printed is done. I'm so far behind, and I just print every couple of weeks because I'm so far behind. I'll just get not too many printouts. So yeah, I've done 2 flowers and the border on one day, and it is, again, it isn't called for the next couple of weeks, so I might actually use that for my Stitch What You Want project, and I think I'm gonna do it for the next 2 days. So today and tomorrow I'll be stitching on this to get at least the border done and start on the motifs up here. So I'll work this side first, and then I'll go over the other side. And you may see, but I always use some guide wires, threads, to keep my stitches straight and to help me with the counting. And this one I haven't made a counting mistake on yet. Well, I did, and then I redid the entire flower, but last time I didn't, so that's good. That's good. And I love, love, love my sleeve. So let's put all the information back in there. Then you're gonna hear a theme here. There's another Suit Idee project that I'm working on. This was last year's advent calendar, which I keep in my Weasley Christmas sweater sleeve, also by Books Art Liberty. I've got 4 more coming in, and she uses books to design the sleeves. So I've got 2 Harry Potter ones coming in, one for the Glass Throne by Sarah J. Maas, which I'm on the 7th book of listening, and I've got a Bridgerton one coming in. So yeah, loving this. Love, 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 that's one. And on this one I actually counted the stitches, and I did 289. So this is also a 32 count. I don't know which fabric it is. It does show pretty true to color. And oh, this is too big. It's too big. It is gorgeous. Let me flip it over. Maybe that will work. So I worked on, there we go, oh, lots of fabric. I worked on this house. So actually I just had a part of the door done, and I started on the roof, did a little window. So yeah, and this is charted in either DMC or Weeks Die Works, but I got the Weeks Die Works for it because I got the advent calendar. And I'm loving this project. It's pretty hard because I'm not used to working with overdyed fabrics, but I do love stitching on it, and I'll be working on this 2 days upcoming week. So let's get it back. I ironed everything, and I'll iron everything again for next Flosstube. Then I worked on my cross stitcher summer stitch along, which is pretty hard to show without showing the pattern. So let me see if I can do it. Let's just get to where I'm at. Cover up the pattern. Alright, so I'm working on part 2 at the moment. So I did this part. I had to finish the back stitches on it, and now I'm working on this one over there. Working being a pretty big word for all the stitches I've gotten in, and lots of floss. I always keep the floss from the kits, just in case I need like several stitches in the DMC color. Yes, I'm that much of a hoarder. And this is where I'm at the moment. So this entire block is done. It has some beading over here, which is probably pretty hard to see. And the beads came with the kit. I did the back stitches, and I started on the sky, which is done in either 1 strand or 2 strands. So yeah, just did that. And this is my own little needle minder I made with resin. I love using resin. I haven't used it in a while, but this is one of my own designs. It has tiny gears and such in it. And I'm sorry when I got too close, the lighting and stuff. It's a new setup, just so you can see that I don't have just gray, bluish gray wall space. I also have a white wall and books and stuff, and you know, so yeah, just to change it up. And that was all my whips. Quite a lot, I know. I even got some haul, and I already told you about my DMC haul of 20 skeins. I geared up 2 rosewood madder patterns. I have the fabric for it. It's the black work butterflies. I've got out of the set. I've got 2. I'm really trying to find the 3rd one. I found this piece of linen still in the bag in which I bought it, and I didn't know what project it was for. And I was checking, and I was looking at the pattern, and I was like, oh, I've got the right fabric. I actually have the called for fabric for that project. So I kitted it up immediately, and it is on my kitted up patterns wheel, but I haven't spun it yet. But I will soon, because I haven't kitted up any patterns in a while. So I get a lot of my patterns and small stitches from the Cross Stitcher magazine. I love stitching those. Most of the patterns I love use overdyed, and since I'm stitching from stash, I'm just trying to build up a budget, which isn't going so well because, oh well. I had a hard week, and I ordered the 2 ornament books, so the Halloween one and the Christmas one, and then the same store, not a Dutch store, the Handwerk Boutique, and Annemiek, who's the owner, also has a Flosstube. It's Annemiek from the Handwerk Boutique, and she had a sale ornament piece fabrics in linens and cutesy, and it was pretty cheap, and I said, I've got a rough week, I'm gonna add it to my order, and she just messaged me that my order is ready, so that's coming, and I'll show you next time. But then I got my order in from XG Designs. She's on Etsy. She's a lovely person, extremely kind, always ready to help you when you have questions, and I ordered fabric. She had a birthday set of 32 count linens, 50 by 70 pieces, and I got the last one. Sorry. And I love that she gives out these little trial pieces, which you could use for very small projects. And I've got a prairie schooler freebie that would look gorgeous on this. This is also a 32 count in the colorway mustard, and it's a bit more yellow than showing up. It's looking kind of grayish, but it's more yellow. And her birthday collection, it's in pinks and blues. So let's take a look at it. So this is the one that has pinks and blues. Look at that. And the fabric smells so nice. And I love this colorway. It shows up a bit darker than it is in person. Can I get it more like this? No, it's gonna blow out, but very lightly muddled, changing from pinks to light blues. Then I've got a almost jeans kind of blue. No modeling on this, but it looks fabulous. I love blues, and it smells so good. So yeah, lovely piece. And when I go too far back, it's gonna go out. Someone need to go there it is. Yeah, lovely color, lovely jeans, like light washed out jeans blue. And then I got this piece of fabric, an icy blue, very light icy blue. It has some stripes over it, I do not mind. Very nice light blue, quite a big piece of fabric. And I love Rosewood Manor designs, and I've had this pattern, the Winter Quakers, for quite a while. And it's called for Picture This Plus Dwarf, I believe, in 28 counts. But doesn't this blue looks kind of like the bluish gray that's there? Yes, I think this would match. I know these are done in Valdani flosses, and it's sharded on 28 counts. I'm gonna see whether or not I can stitch on this, so 32 counts with the Valdani flosses. And the Valdani flosses are on my wish list, which I'm gonna send my parents for the our celebrations of Sinterklaas, so a Dutch holiday in which we give gifts. And my parents always want to give us some gifts, and since Valdani flosses are, well, I need to finish a whole lot to get those things ready. I'm gonna ask my parents to get me those flosses. Yes, so I'll need to wait a while, but I got a plan for that one. speaking of plans, oh, hold on, hold please. All right, what flew off the back of my couch was my list, my memory on paper. Like I said, I spun my wheel for 14 days and then I grouped everything I needed to work on. And the first thing I spun was work on what you want. And I actually spun it for 3 days. So I'm gonna use it to work for 2 days on my 10th year anniversary sampler, which is designed by Twin Peaks Primitives. And I'm gonna work on that. And I might work on Home for Christmas Sale to get it closer to a finish, to get the credits. You know, it's all about the credits at the moment. So yeah, I'll be working on that for 3 days. Then I'll be doing my dandelion mouse for 1 day. And then I'm gonna have a new start. It's also from the Ornaments book. And it is on this side, and it is this Noel pattern. And I just found some blues that I really love, and I'm gonna work on this one. Love it. It has some sparkle, and I know the page is crinkled, but some black work. Some light effects, and it has some Swarovski crystals which are very hard to see placed on it, and I do have a lot of Swarovski crystals in my crafting stash, so I'll be gluing them on and try to make it into an ornament, but it looks so pretty, so I'm very happy that I get to start that one. Then I'll be working on the Santa's Workshop Advent calendar, you know, the houses, for 2 days. I'll also be working on my cross stitcher summer sale for 2 days. I'm gonna have another new start, which is this lovely fox, which was a kit of the site we will not mention, and I'm just working slowly through all the kits that I got from that, and I'll finish them. But this kit actually came without the fabric, and I found another piece of 14 count Ada, which someone kindly enough already put basting stitches in to mark the center. So yeah, I'm not going to be needing all of that, so I'll be taking out the basting stitches, and I'm going to be starting it sometime soon. It's only going to be a 20 by 30 piece of fabric, but it is quite high in count. Let me check. Pattern, sleeves, you know, the fun stuff. It is a pattern. It's 83 by 126, so it's not that small, but we'll manage. I'll just grit my fabric again, and then we'll see. So I'll be working on that one for 1 day. And it has lots of back stitching as well. Oh well, we'll fix that shortly. Then I'm gonna work on the Assisi Christmas Bell, and I'm really hoping to get a finish on that, which is probably also gonna be a €5 finish-ish, I believe. I'm gonna work on Gus for a day. I'm gonna work on Shooting Stars, and I'm really hoping to get the top right box done. So I'll do that, or I'll do all the pink swirlies all the way to the bottom. Also a possibility. Then I'll do all the pink swirlies on one side. And then I'm going to be working on my Stitch on Me winter sale for 1 day. And since the Stitch on Me Halloween sale started and the first block dropped, and I haven't even started on the border. I might use my third day of Stitch What You Want to start that. I've got all the flosses and fabric in for that, and I'm gonna stitch it on a 18 count, I believe, 18 count Ada in oatmeal, if I'm correct. So yeah, that's all the stitching I've got done, all the haul, all the plans. I'm really grateful if you stuck with me for this long. I really hope you enjoyed it. I always love hearing from you, or even if you just give me the thumbs up, it's okay. I just enjoy making these videos, and I really hope you had some good stitchy talk while you were working on your own projects. I wish you all a very nice day, week, month. I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.